missed the last couple of games. You've had him listed as day-to-day. Is there an update there?
He's in tonight.
Okay. How big of a get is it to get a guy like that with that shot back in the lineup?
Yeah, Cooley, he's one of our best players, and even though he's only 19 years old, he's a real driver for us, and he's earned that through the way he's played over the last year and a half. So he's one of our most dangerous weapons offensively. He's one of our drivers of our team. So it's huge to have him back, and we have some guys out tonight. So to get a guy back like that is important.
Some other movement yesterday, transaction-wise, Damian Giroux is with the Ammers. Is he playing as well?
Giroux is in tonight.
I know that's someone that you've said in the past was really difficult to send down, so is it nice to have him back here?
Yeah, he's a guy that, over the last couple of years, and in my mind, he's a full-time American League player. It just so happened with our numbers this year and a few things that have happened up top and here that the numbers squeezed it. So, he's a guy that can play with top 9 players because he has offensive instincts and competitiveness. He can play on a checking line. He can play on a fourth line. He can play on your penalty kill. He just does a lot of different things, along with just bringing infectious positivity to the room every day.
Levi, I know, has gotten the bulk of the workload of late. Is he going to go in goal tonight?
Levi's in that tonight.
He played in Hershey. What do you think of his game there? I guess just overall, his body of work of late, given that workload.
Levi's been very good. I think, pretty much every night out, he's given us a really good chance to win. Our record has been good with him in net. In the Hershey game, he played really solid for us. But I think our team defense, maybe not the third period against Toronto, but through that 7-game stretch, our commitment to playing better team defense, to playing a style that you can win with down the stretch and into the playoffs has been much higher. Volume of shots has been a little high for my liking, but quality of shots has been lower. And so that gives your goaltender a great chance to be successful.
To that point, you guys are allowing those shots, but do you live with that if the majority of those shots are low quality chances?
Well, you'd love to not give up shots, but at the same point in time, we lost to this team, Syracuse, twice earlier this season. We only gave up 14 and 18 shots. So I think shots on goal becomes an easy statistic to just look at and say, well, that's why it happened in the game. The reality is you're looking for quality of chances. You're looking to prevent quality of chances, and you're looking to create quality of chances. We could shoot 35 times from the wall with no traffic in front, and the opponent's goalie is going to say that's the best night he's ever had, even though he had 35 shots. So we've done a good job lately of limiting quality chances. The volume is what it is. You prefer it not to be so high at some nights.
We're on the other side of that 7-game and 11-day stretch that was talked about so much. Can you sort of summarize your team's performance?
Good. Good. Not great, but good. I don't think it was possible probably to feel like it was going to be great. There's points of that 7-game that was survival. You go, you play home, you bust to Toronto, you play at 2 o'clock the next afternoon, they're rested. That's going to be a survival type of game. You bust overnight to Hershey and you play them when they didn't travel that day. That's going to be a survival type of game, right? And what we did really well is we gave ourselves a chance to win every night. We got points in 5 out of the 7 games, which is difficult to do in a stretch like that.
Do you feel your team is as rested as they can be going into this one now?
Yeah, I guess. We're banged up a little bit coming out of that 7 and 11. And there is no way you're going to probably prevent that.
How important is a game like tonight against a team you're chasing, but also a team that's had your number a little bit in this moment?
It's the next game in front of you. So tonight's the most important game of the season because it's the game in front of us. It happens to be against Syracuse. Then Friday's game will be the most important game of the season because it's the game in front of us. So that's just the time it is. It's playoff hockey. There's 22 games remaining. Every game needs to be played like it's a playoff game. These last 7 already were. So that's how it's been in the North Division the 3 years I've been here. you know, the last 25, 30 games feel like you're already in the playoffs.
Perfect. So just talk about tonight, Sensory Night, you guys are adding a fourth one. Can you just talk about why this event is so important to the community?
Well, I think anytime that you can open our home, you know, our home is Blue Cross Arena, which we share with our community. And anytime you can open it to a group of our fan base that sometimes doesn't get to have these experiences, I think it's really important. And this is something that's near and dear to my heart. We were one of the first teams when I was in college to create a sensory-friendly game. And we took away the goal horn, the pep band, and all these things. And obviously, a lot of it is done for kids on the spectrum to get to have that experience. What I found, though, through doing this so many times, a lot of times it's also for the parents, because parents, you know, like to share these experiences with their kids. So if you're a parent and one of your favorite things as a kid was going to an Amherst game with your dad or mom, now they get to do that with their son or daughter. So for us to be able to open our home up in a little more friendly environment, I think is great that we can do that.
I know you're focused on the game. Is it something that you recognize on the bench that you're like, all right, there's no music, there's not as many lights, there's no goal horn and stuff like that?
Yeah, a little bit, but not a ton. You really don't. Like players and coaches, like once you're in the moment, like people will sometimes ask me, oh, did you hear the chant they had? And usually it's no, because you're so focused on the task at hand, and you kind of have the blinders on as an athlete or a coach in terms of what's happening in front of us on the ice. So
You kind of touched on it, but just what this event does to grow the game of hockey through different groups around, not just the area, but just the country in general.
yeah, I think, you know, it's extremely important. You know, that's what we want to do, is right. We're trying to grow the game of hockey. We're trying to grow our brand as Rochester Americans. And so if we can take a game and extend it to members of our community that normally don't get to have that experience, that's potential for them to fall in love with us, to fall in love with hockey, but also an opportunity for them to have a special night with their friends or with their family members.
And you said there's some players missing tonight. Can you tell us who they are?
Kozak is out tonight, day-to-day, upper body. Kiskov is out tonight, day-to-day, lower body. Jobst and Clegg are both out tonight with illness. I think that is all.